What's up, Julius?
What's good?
Nothing much, man.
How's it going?
It's going swell. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Just got back from practice.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Word.
I saw that you, I guess we'll start with this. I saw you hurt your knee recently.
Yeah. I recently hurt my knee. Wrestling in Florida, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It wasn't a fun experience.
Was it something specific that happened, or was it just random?
Yeah, it was like with one of my ligaments, kind of gave out.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Did someone have to, was it like, did someone have a single leg or a scramble or something?
Yeah. Actually, I happened to scramble. So like I went to go do the Kerry Colette rubber knee, where basically Colette would put his knee in a weird position, and when I went to go do that, the kid grabbed my knee to the side, pulled it up, and all I heard was, I was like, oh no. I was like, this doesn't feel too hot.
Oh, man, that sounds bad. Guess if it weren't for that, you would have been at Fargo.
Oh, I would have been at, yeah, actually, I would have been at Fargo.
Well, speaking of like big tournaments, like start with when made it to the state finals.
Yeah, 2020 in the state finals, I wrestled Steve O'Pool and the man himself.
Talk about that match.
Well, you want me to talk about going into the match or during the match?
Well, both, like your mindset going into it, and then how it went, and how you felt after.
Oh yeah, sure. So walking into the match, right? I was like I was watching him the entire tournament. I was like, all right. I was like, this kid's definitely really good. I was thinking to myself, I was like, I was like, I'm gonna try to throw him. Why not? Try to headlock him or something. Try to just like throw the kitchen sink at him. But in the first 5 seconds, all of a sudden I'm on my back, and I'm like, oh, this is not how I expected this to go. And then 20 seconds later, it's like what, 12-4. I'm like, yo, this kid is just beating the bricks off of me. Oh man, I remember like at one point I'm on top, right?
Yeah.
and then he does a backflip over me and gets 2. I'm like, how did this even happen? I was like, there's no way this literally just happened to me. And then another thing, Yanni Diakmahalis was commentating over the match. so man, that was a fun run that I had though, getting to the finals. And like,
Yeah, definitely.
I remember I wrestled Tommy Dale from Horseheads, my first match. Then I wrestled, who did I wrestle second match? Oh, then I wrestled Dan. You know Dan Adams?
Daniel Adams, yeah, he's a friend of mine.
Yeah, he's a stud. Oh man, I've never been so scared wrestling in a match ever. Dan was the only kid that no matter what position I was in could make me feel so unsafe when I was wrestling him.
Yeah, because he's really flexible.
Yeah, he's so flexible. Loves to throw that chin whip. Oh, that chin whip was deadly.
Yeah.
Chin whip caught me lacking a couple times, but we'll say that. And then in the semis, I wrestled Killian Foy.
From
A rematch from MacArthur High School.
what section?
Section 8. That was my county finals rematch.
Oh.
Yeah. That That was a fun semis. Yeah.
Do you remember that match? You want to talk about it?
Yeah. I vividly remember it. First period, I remember. I think it was I got on a shot. I cracked him down, and then he goes to go leg cradle me. I was like, yeah, this is not gonna happen. I was like, I'm not gonna get leg cradled, right? So right as he goes to go leg cradle me, I turk it and I put him to his back for 5. So off the bat, I'm winning with a 5 count in the first period. Second period, I remember it was oh yeah, I got a point for unnecessary roughness because he like punched me in the face. On top. I was like, all right. I was like, I'm cool with this. I was like, I'm winning 6-0. I was like, I'm all fine.
Are you exaggerating, or did he
What do
actually
you mean?
punch
Am I
you?
exaggerating? No, like in the video, like you could see him. He like punches me in the face. Then the ref like stops it. The ref's like, no. He was like,
What was he mad about?
I don't know. I guess he was mad that he was losing. Well, 5-0 off the bat. And then I get out after that. So now I'm winning 7-0. And I'm just chilling. And then in the third, I think it was it? I think it was either me or no. It was he picked neutral, and then neither one of us got a takedown in the third. But man, that was a grind match. Like even though the score didn't like really look like a grind, that was tough. From getting punched in the face, that was like doesn't feel too good.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah. And then after your finals match with Steve-O, how'd you feel afterwards?
Oh, yo, the first thing I did was walk off that mat, go to the. Where did I go? I didn't go to the bathroom. I went to the back. Like the back room, and just sat down in the corner. I was like, wow. I was like, I really just got teched in front of. I think that was the. What was it? I think that holds like the record for like the amount of people that were in the arena that year. Held the record. Yeah, I got teched in front of like over like 5,000 people. I was like, wow. I was like, I'm slacking. That's what I thought.
What do you think made you so scared going into the match? Was it the prestige that Steve-O had, or still has, or because you're pretty good?
To be honest, like, I knew that he was good, but like, I was thinking about the previous year when he wrestled Ryder and then beat him 6-5. I was like, all right. I was like, he's still human. I was like, I'm gonna try to throw the kitchen sink at him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really the main thing that I was thinking. I was like, all right, I'm gonna try something. If it doesn't work, well, I could say I tried it. So that was what happened when I was wrestling him.
The funny thing is now Ryder's a Fargo national champ.
Oh yeah, he's a unit. He's an actual unit.
That match with a fire under his ass.
The what?
Fire under his ass.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. They were booing Steve-O. I remember watching it on track.
Yeah, that match was sick. That was like, I think that was like the only finals match that I stayed for that year because I was like, I just want to watch this.
Yeah.
Unit, and then so is Steve-O.
Yeah. And then the pandemic happened. So
Uh,
what did you do when it first hit? Like, what did you do during it? Because I know you guys on Long Island, you got to pretty much keep training as normal, as far as opposed to us in New York City. Even though we're not that far away, we just got hit so badly. We just got shut down.
yeah. So what I did was I bought a wrestling mat. This, like, I'd say first month, first couple of weeks of the pandemic when it hit. I was like I need to buy a mat. So I was scouring on like Facebook, just searching for a mat, and then I found a mat on Facebook Marketplace. I hit the guy up, and the mat, I'm looking, I'm like, I think I know which school this is from. I think I know which school this is from. The guy goes, oh yeah, take a guess. The mat turns out to be from Hauppauge High School on Long Island. It was like one of their old mats. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I was like, this is great. So yeah, so I had ended up getting the mat, and then I ended up inviting, like, at first it was like a couple of my teammates. I was like, yeah, you guys want to wrestle? They were like, yeah, sure. Like, at first it was like a small group. It wasn't like I was like, oh, how would I get this kid from, like, I don't know, it's a random place, like Lancaster or something like that. It wasn't like that. Like, it would only be my teammates. But then I started branching out. Then I was like, oh, what if I invite, for example, one of the kids that was there with me was Eric
Shindle.
Schindel. Yeah, Shinny. Like Shinny in there. Who else?
Wyatt Parker.
Yeah, Wyatt. Shinny. Yeah, Shinny, Wyatt. Ryan Romano.
Yeah.
Kevin Lopez. You know.
Yeah.
And then I'd have like a solid amount of training partners to pick from, and they're all like different styles. So I was like, all right, this seems pretty good. So those were the kids that I would train with, and then I also, like, bought myself weights during the, like, also at the beginning of the pandemic, because I was like I'm clearly not going to any gym anytime soon, so might as well get some now. So, like, that was what I did to keep myself busy for the most part, because there was also no school, so I didn't have to pick between anything. I could just wrestle full time. So
That's good.
yeah.
And then it wound up paying off, because now at the Journeyman State Tournament, the New York State Tournament in Pennsylvania, you wound up winning it.
Yeah, that tournament. I'll say this: that tournament was so well run.
It looked like it.
Yeah, Pop did like an insane job running it, and it made everything go by so quick. It was like boom, boom, boom.
Who was your finals match?
My finals match was my teammate and the kid that I was training with during COVID, Kevin Lopez.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was a fun match, and like I knew from I think it was from a week before we had a Section 8 wrestling tournament, and then I wrestled him in the finals, and it was just a really tight score. It was like something like, it was like 1-0 until like the last like 10 seconds. Then I scored a takedown, and it was 3-0. But I was like, this kid is like he's jumping. He's jumping quick. And a week later, I wrestled him in the state finals, and I'm like, whoa. I was like, oh man. I was like, no way. Do I really have to wrestle my teammate and training partner in the state finals?
Yeah, I've seen it happen quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, and like, huh?
I've seen that happen to people in other tournaments.
Oh yeah, and like it's never fun. Like wrestling your teammate. Like that's the kid that I least enjoy wrestling in a match. Would be the teammate that I train with, and that I know how he wrestles and he knows how I wrestle. So it's like, he knows what I'm gonna do and I know what he's gonna do.
I mean, I've had that happen to me once, but I beat my teammate up in that match. I mean,
well, that's good. For example, like that was probably fun for you. You're probably like, yeah, let's go, ETGs.
Yeah. So now talk a little bit more about the the German state tournament. Talk about how it was run and things like that, because you were getting ready to say something else before you mentioned the finals match.
Let's see. Oh yeah. So at the beginning, like let's say like a week before the tournament, right? I'm like, I don't think I started cutting weight till like 5 days before, because I was like, yeah, I'm just not gonna cut anything until like a couple days before. So I'm thinking. Oh wait, no. Let's rewind it. Let's put this thing on rewind, right? So keep in mind, during the school season, I wrestled 132 to 138. Mind, I'm 100 and well at this time, coming out of these practices, I'm like 123 pounds soaking wet.
Wow.
I was like, oh no. So I'm thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just wrestle 120 at the state tournament, because that seemed like a great idea at the time. It seemed like the best idea I could ever have. But after the school season ended, and all of a sudden I'm like actually like 132, I'm like, oh no. I was like, this isn't a great idea. So it was like the week before, I'm looking at the seeds. Like, I know what they say, like, oh, like don't get caught up in the seeds or anything, but you show me the seeding things, and I'm gonna analyze who's gonna have to wrestle who in potential matchups. So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh, I'm the 4 seed. I was like, oh, who's in here? And I see number 1 seed, Chase Schaefer. I was like, all right. I was like, that's a kid I always wanted to wrestle. I was like, I'm pumped. I would see him in the semis. I was like, oh, number 2 seed, Max Gallagher. I was like, all right, very good. Number 3, it was. Wait, no. It went number 2 was PJ Duke.
Makes sense.
Yeah, PJ Duke's a stud, dude. Gallagher, who's also a stud. And then it was me at 4. I was like, wow. I was like, this is one deep weight.
So who was number 1?
Number 1 was Chase Schaefer from.
He's from section 6.
What section?
6, because I was teammates with his brother for a little bit at Niagara, Drew Schaefer. But did Jace win states?
Which year? This year?
Like before the pandemic happened, at any point.
Oh yeah, Jace is
How did he do it?
He's a 2-time state champ.
Okay, all right. So it makes sense. The state champ should be the number 1 and 2 seed, and then the state finalists be 3 and 4. Okay, it makes sense.
Yeah. Wait, no, actually, Jace is from section 5. That's what section he's from.
5, 6. They're like right there. Like,
yeah.
West New York. Like 8 and 11, Long Island.
Oh yeah. So yeah, so those were the seeds that I was looking at, and I was like, all right. I was like, I could definitely see myself making it to the finals. I was like, winning it. I was like, I'll either wrestle Duke or Gallagher. But all of a sudden, like 2 days before the tournament, everyone's like, yeah, Schaefer's going to Miami. I was like, what? I was like, all right. So Schaefer was out, and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, PJ Duke tore his, I think his ACL.
Oh.
Something like that. He tore something with his knee. That's what I heard. I was like, okay. And all of a sudden it's me and Gallagher. I was like, all right. I was like, so Gallagher was the 1 and I'm the 2. I was like, all right. I was like, I can't complain about these seeds. I was like, what am I gonna say? Like, oh, seeds are nonsense. Like, no. All right. Like, seeds are seeds. I was like, it's go time. So first match, I wrestled. Who did I wrestle first match?
You might have had the PSL kid.
Yeah. I wrestled
Josh Rivera.
Yeah, Josh Correa. Oh man, that was such a fun match. That match was fun because Josh is like a slinky. Like he would not allow himself to get pinned.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way that this kid is like, this kid just never stopped moving. Literally, I was like, there's no way that this kid like I've never seen someone. The amount of times I got in on this kid's leg, and I couldn't take him down. I was like, this has to be like something sick going on over here. Like, there's no way. This kid is just moving like a slinky. And then, so I'll tell you exactly what happened. I'm like scrolling down my flow thing real quick. Yes, I also no. Yeah. All right. So this is what happens. First period, I shoot him out of bounds. I get him hit for a stall warning. Then I take him down. Then he escapes. Then I take him down again. Then second period, I choose neutral. Then I take him down. Then he escapes. Then I get him banged for another stalling, which is 1. Then I take him down. Then he gets out. Then third period, he gets out. I take him down. He gets out again. Then I take him down again. Then he gets out again. So the final score was 13-6. That was such a fun match. And then round of 16, I wrestled Christian Paraleschi from section 1.
Yep.
First period. Wait, what happened?
I think he's from Pleasantville.
I have no clue. I just know he has a section 1 singlet. So
yeah, section 1.
So first period, nothing happened. Second period, I escaped, and then I remember this. It was like he went to go like bring me to the out of bounds, and when he went to go bring me to the out of bounds, like the second that he got himself out of position, like he like stood up, I just boom shot through him and took him down. And then I rode him out, and then for third period, I just backed him.
Wow.
For the quarters, oh my, Michael Schiffauer of Iroquois. I beat him 9-7. That match was sick. Oh, it was. Alright, so I took him down first, then he escaped. Then I got out. Then I take him down. So keep in mind, right now I'm winning what? 2, 3, 4. I'm winning 5-1. Then he escapes. Then I take him down. So that's 7-2. I was like, all right. Then all of a sudden, he escapes. He takes me down. I get out. He takes me down. I'm like, what? then luckily I get out, but I remember in the last 5 seconds grabbing an ankle and just hoping for that whistle to blow, because I was like, I remember grabbing his ankle and I was like, come on, and then right as he's about to like not score, but like right as he's about to like put his body weight on top of me, I just like I'm telling you, not even the Hulk could have gotten that ankle in those 3 seconds. Like I was gripping that thing. Like, must have looked like I had Gorilla Glue on my hands. That thing was not going anywhere. The ref blew the whistle. I was like, all right. I was like, here we go. Now I'm in the semis. The semis. That was a... No points were scored. In the first, second, third. No points were scored in the... For some reason it says period 4 on Flow. But like, no points were scored in first overtime. No points were scored in the second overtime. And then we went to ultimate rideout. Then we went to the rideout. Dude, like, he put in those boots on me, and I was like, oh, I was like, my shoulders better come out. I was like, this kid's literally about to tear clean.
Yeah.
But luckily he didn't, and then I chose top, right? And I read him out. I didn't know that was the ultimate ride out. So I look at his coach, and his coach was like, good match. I'm like, what? I was like, oh, I win? His coach was like, yeah. I was like, oh. I was like, word. I was like, word, I guess I did it, right?
Would you wrestle?
In semis, I wrestled Daniel Kirsch from Pioneer.
Oh, you don't recognize the name or the team or anything?
The year before, he took 4th in D2. And then in the finals, Kevin Lopez versus Jeremiah Echevarria, both from Long Beach. First period, I hit 2 Jonesies. I thought they were 2. I guess not. I guess the ref just didn't agree with me. But in the second period, I get out. I get 2 takedown and 2 near fall. But I get a takedown and 2 near fall. So now I'm winning 5-0 in the second. And then in the third period, I get banged with a stall warning. Because let's be real, I'm just not trying to get headlocked, 5-point throw, and inside trip. Because if that would have happened, like, and I like, if I would have sold the bag,
oh no,
that would not have been too hot.
Nope.
So I get hit with a stall warning. I'm like, all right. I was like, I can afford to give one of those up. And then with like 4 seconds left, like, he starts charging at me, and I'm not even gonna cap. Like, I dead just start running. I was like, I don't know. It looks like I was trying to like juke him out or something. I don't know. But I get banged with the stalling, so I win 5-1. But hey, I was content. I was like, there was nothing really that I could say. I was just content with that. I was like, all right, 5-1. I was like, seems good to me. But man, those were such a fun tournament to wrestle in. That's what it was. That was a real fun tournament.
Definitely looked like it.
Yeah. Like, I would definitely do it again.
Yeah. but it's just the New York State tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. The New York State Wrestling Tournament.
And that would have been the downside for me. Like if I was in there, having to go to Pennsylvania, it's like
that's a hike.
What part of Pennsylvania?
It was in Lancaster. Yeah, at Spooky Nook.
Oh yeah, that's not. You know what? From New York, from where we're at, like Long Island, New York City area. I don't know if it's too far from us.
That's about Actually, I think it's like 3 hours and.
Yeah, that's not far. That's like I was in Staten Island like earlier today, like coming from the Bronx to Staten Island. That's about 3 hours.
What?
Yeah, I usually do that. Yeah, like going to the bottom, like the South Shore. It's 3 hours.
What? Takes 3
going
hours.
to Long Island. Yeah, going to Long Island takes a couple hours for me too, because there's no direct transportation from the Bronx, even though the Bronx is right there. So I don't have a car or anything, so I'm not going to drive. So I have to go to Manhattan, go to Penn Station, get the railroad, go up there. So doing all of that takes a couple hours. Yeah, like getting to Hofstra is like a couple hours, which it shouldn't be, because it's like if I wanted, I could run to Hofstra.
Really?
Well, all right, I'm exaggerating, but
I was like, really, bro?
But like, if I had a car, it's 45 minutes. But doing the whole public transport thing, going into Manhattan, and that's another reason why, like New York City wrestling, for example, like we're close to good wrestling, but if we don't, like a lot of us don't have cars and stuff, so it's hard to get to where the good wrestling is. Like Staten Island, the exception, because a lot of them have cars. They need them down there anyway.
Yeah.
And New Jersey a lot, but I'm right below Long Island. Like the Cross Bronx Expressway is right outside my window. If I had a car, I'd be driving to Long Beach and Hofstra and everywhere else all the time to go train and stuff. But it's hard without a car.
Yeah, I feel that, bro. Tell me about it.
Like you guys, at least like you have cars, and where you guys train at, it's not that far away. Like it's not upstate. Long Island's still kind of similar to the city in a way. But if you guys didn't have cars, I bet it'd be pretty hard.
Oh yeah, it would definitely be hard.
Yeah.
But you know what they say, right?
What?
When there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. There's a will, there's a way. Like you bought that wrestling mat, you put it inside that garage, and
had to make it work.
Yeah. And then you won the state tournament, and I don't know if you went to Virginia Beach or not, but like before that, like back to the state tournament. So I don't know if you know this, but I was watching it live and I saw Max's matches, and he actually got hurt during the tournament. So he it out, but he won that match though. He won that match, but he got hurt.
Yeah, he was wrestling Gilly, Aiden Gillings from Newfane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was wrestling Gillings, and what was it? It was the one to go. What's that move? I call it a nick. It's not called a nick though. It's like where you're. Yo, I'm blanking so hard right now. It's when you have a leg in, right?
Yeah.
And then like their shoulder and their head are together. Yo, what's that called?
Ooh. The Chalice?
No, not Chalice. Damn, I'm blanking.
I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, it's like it's such a simple move. It's just I can't remember it right now.
It's a little dangerous. It's simple, but it's a little dangerous.
Yeah, because like if you mess it up, like you're getting put on your back.
Yeah,
But
but also like, doing it is kind of dangerous for the opponent.
oh yeah, because if they post out, they're gonna snap their elbow.
And that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened to Max. He like the kid went to go like rip it, and when he went to go rip it, Max posted and just yeah.
But you know, a lot of guts being shown that he still went out and won that match.
Yeah, he didn't medical forfeit out of that match. He was just like gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Now, how do you think your tournament would have shaped out had Max not gotten hurt? Because you and Max in the finals, that would have been something.
I would have loved to wrestle that match. Like, I would have loved to wrestle that match because me and Max are just such polar opposites when it comes to wrestling. Like, Max is just like, how do I describe it?
Simple stuff, you know. He's
Yeah.
very good at simple things.
Yeah, he's tremendous at those things. Like you won't ever get him out of position. like to get him out of position, it's like it's rough. Trying to get him out of position. And then I'm just like a funk ball.
Yeah.
Oh, pass me your ankle. Oh, pass me, I don't know, your belly, your arm. I don't know. I'll make something up off the fly.
Yeah.
Just see how it works. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, all right, I'll switch to something else.
Yeah, and that's why you've had so much success lately. And then Max couldn't compete at Virginia Beach, but because he was hurt. But did you?
No, I was also hurt. I had a concussion.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said that. You did mention that. Yeah.
Yeah, I concussed myself.
How?
Like a pea brain. Ready? Yo, this is gonna be the best thing you've heard all day. Ready? So,
yeah.
So I'm at practice, right? And now, keep in mind, we're wrestling freestyle. And I decided to go with this random kid. I was like, oh, bet I'm gonna plant this kid on his head. Oh boy, did I think wrong. So I get behind the kid. I was expecting him to like base out, like not allow me to lift him in the air.
Yeah.
I lift him in the air. I go back arch him. This is I don't know. I guess I must have forgot how to arch. Because what I did, I picked him up and threw him right on top of my head. Literally just like imagine like a board falling. That was literally what it looked like. I didn't know arch, just a board, just boom, flat, boom, get myself a concussion. I was like I remember Coach Craig of the Center Wrestling Club. He goes, Jerry, are you okay? And I just look at him. I'm just like,
Your eyes glazed over.
What?
Your eyes are glazed over.
Yeah, my eyes were glazed over. He was like walking a straight line. He was like, oh no, it looks like you're intoxicated or something. He was like, you would not pass any sorts of test right now. I was like, ah. But yeah, I like, alright, so here's the thing. Like, I'm like usually a very like quiet kid. I don't really have that many conversations, right? But in that car ride back home, I remember talking so much. And even my mom was like, yo, when is this kid gonna stop talking? Like, but man, those concussions are not fun things. So I ended up missing out on Virginia Beach. And man, that was a like like that's the thing that sticks in the back of my mind is that I never All-Americaned in high school. That's the thing that's always stuck in the back of my mind.
Yeah, but we've seen NCAA champs, D1 NCAA champs that never even won a state title. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, that's a perfect segue. Speaking of that, I want you to first get into the college you committed to and all that, and then after that, talk about this Division I phobia that you have.
Division I phobia?
Yeah, because like, you're good enough, in my opinion, you're good enough to have gone to like a D1 school, but you said that you just didn't want to go Division I. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so alright. So you want me to start on the college that I'm going to or
Yeah, the college you're going to. Start with that.
Alright, so I'm going to American International College in Springfield, Massachusetts. I'm wrestling for Rich Hassenfuss, who was the assistant coach at Harvard in 1991 to 1993, 94, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah, so smart guy, eh? But
high level coach.
Yeah, high level coach, right? So I'm wrestling for him. I'm be wrestling at 125 pounds. Oh yeah, we're the Yellow Jackets. Our logo's a B. Well, I
saw that.
It's a yellow jacket. But I'm pumped to be wrestling at the I'm pumped to be wrestling at the next level, like college wrestling in general. I'm pumped. I just want to put on a singlet and just put on a show and just wrestle my best. That's really what it is, because I love wrestling under a crowd or under some lights. Like I don't care when the crowd's there. I'm ready to go.
It's a cool thing.
Yeah.
Just don't get wrapped up in the other stuff that college offers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure.
Try to keep the focus on what you're there for. You're there to wrestle and get really good grades.
Yeah. I'm there to wrestle, get good grades, and get my degree. It's the main thing.
Definitely. Now talk about why, because I know that's a Division II school. Mm-hmm. Talk about why. I guess you might have gotten some D1 offers, maybe. But talk about, if you did, mention that. But even if you didn't, talk about like why you decided to just stay away from D1 schools.
So originally, right? Like, yeah. I think it was my 10th grade year. So like, I thought to myself, I was like, I don't want to go Division I. Like, by my 10th grade year, I had already came up with this decision. I was like, yep. It's like, I'm not going. And every single year, everyone would ask me like, yo, you going D1? I'm like, nope. They're like, why? I'm like, dude, that's just not in my heart. Like, that's not what I want to do. I don't want to wake up every morning and be like basically like a drill sergeant. Someone's like, yo, this is what you're doing. This is what time you're doing it. This is how you're doing it. Don't deviate from this way.
You don't want your passion of the sport to get ruined.
Yeah, I don't want to get burnt out. And then I feel that I'll have more fun at Division II. That was the main reason why I never wanted to go D1, because I was like, I'm not gonna have any fun. Like, granted, like I don't go to parties, so So like,
Yeah.
but don't get me wrong, I still have fun. I just don't like. I'm not out, every night like going to a party, a darty. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter what
exactly.
it is. I'm not doing it every night.
Yeah.
So like that was how I felt on that Division 1 phobia. No,
It's
but
just
yeah,
the accolades speak for themselves.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like, that's another thing. Like if anyone were to tell me like, oh, yo, like you're not good enough, I'd be like, yeah, like you're right. Like that's what you think. Like in your own opinion, in your own mind, like you think I'm not good enough. All right, whatever you think. Like I won't let it affect me in any way.
Yeah. And like the percentage of athletes that compete in college is what?
It's low.
It's
It's
low.
really low.
It's low. Is it 7%?
I'll, I'll tell you right now. Oh, the athletes that compete in wrestling, right?
Yeah, no,
Uh,
just
just sports in general.
yeah.
I'll tell you right now. The number of male. Oh wait. My bad. All right. All right. I have no clue to be honest, but I got the number of male high school wrestlers at any college level. It's 4.3%.
4.2%, ladies and gentlemen. And imagine the wrestling community is just in general, because of how unpopular the sport is in the United States. That 4.2% gets much lower for wrestlers that decide to wrestle.
Yeah, which is nuts. Like that's just it's just insane.
Yeah. So like, it's a big deal to even continue on. And even for you guys, like you started wrestling when you guys get to wrestle when you're real young. Those of us living in New York City, we don't get that opportunity. We're starting to now, but not like you guys. You guys have been wrestling since you could walk, pretty much on Long Island.
No, I
And
wish. Dude, I started
oh,
wrestling in 7th grade.
well, that's still much earlier than a lot of us in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys get to go varsity when you're in 7th grade, things like that. Same thing with the upstate people, and pretty much everywhere else in the country. But
Yeah.
like, there's a Pennsylvania wrestler that I'm friends with, and he said he's not going to wrestle in college. He said because he was burnt out. He started wrestling when he was very young and all that. And in my mind, I'm thinking, well, if you started that early and stuff, you do want to keep going and going and going, but he just got burned out.
Yeah, burned out his passion, his fun. Like, never want to burn out someone's fun. Because once it stops being fun, that's when you don't want to do it. Like,
Yeah.
like that's why, like mostly, every time that I wrestle, I'll like go out with like a smile. Like I love smiling when I'm wrestling. Like I might get yelled at it, but I love smiling because it's fun to me.
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like if I'm not having fun, I'm not gonna want to do it. But I'm having fun, so I'm gonna want to smile. I'm gonna want to have fun.
Yeah. Make it fun.
Yeah.
So like, what got you into wrestling anyway?
Got me. My gym
What made you
teacher.
want to Oh, your gym. Yeah, I've heard that story a million times. They
Yeah,
probably
but
saw you doing something athletic and then just said, "Come join."
yeah, our my my middle school gym teacher, he was the middle school wrestling coach, and then he was like, hey, he was like, you should come out and wrestle. I was like, oh, word, we're gonna like Rey Mysterio it. We're gonna throw on like some
man.
WWE belts. Like, I was like, oh, nah, this is Men in Tights. I was like, I don't know, this is really for me. But I was like, yeah, why not? And then that first year, I went, I think I went 1 and 2. No, it was either 1 and 2 or 2 and 3. And then the next year, I went 13 and 0 in 8th grade. I was like, yeah, let's go. Felt like a unit.
And then the rest is history. But that's to the culture on Long Island of wrestling.
And the culture in Long Beach, it's a big part of it.
So now that brings me to my last question here. Do you think that were you trying to, or do you think kind of, at least made an attempt to fill the shoes of Ja'Cory? Because I kind of feel like, and I wrestled him, by the way, before, but I don't feel like, it was a Greco match. I got killed. But, yeah. It was a while ago. It was what?
I said, that must have been fun.
I didn't know who he was. So I just went out there and wrestled. And so I just went out there and wrestled and got beat. And my coach told me, you got beat by a 3-time state champ and all that. But, to wrestling yet. I was just still like, just trying to establish myself back then. But, now, like, knowing who's who, knowing who trains who, knowing the coaches and things like that, it's like, what he did for that program, it's like, do you think that you kind of, did you kind of match up to him in a way, or almost, or try to fill his shoes, or do you think anybody came close?
Well, I'll tell you right now. I wish. Alright, so this was alright. So Long Beach, right? It's like we've always been, well, not always, but like we've always had like some successful wrestlers. Like, for example, like in the 80s, we had Al Palacio, 3-time state champ. The uncle, Don Palacio, he was a stud.
Yeah.
Then we had Richard Santana, who was an All-American at Syracuse in 19. Then we had Eduardo Delgado, stud. PJ Gillespie, stud. We had Don Palacio, stud, right? And then we had Corey Keemer, 5-time state champ, right?
Yeah.
And then Elijah Rodriguez that same year. Like, I tried to fill in those shoes, but like, those are some big shoes to fill. Like, trying to like fill in the shoes of, alright, this dude was a 5-time high school All-American. Like, that's a pretty hard shoe to fill. And 5-time high school national champ. Like, I guess in a way I'm still trying to fill in some shoes, because, man, those shoes are big to fill. Those are not some shoes that I can just be like, all right, yeah, I matched up to him. Like, no. Like, I wish. I really wish.
Yeah. It's a testament to that program.
Oh, yeah. Like for example, like in college, like this is who we had. We had Al Palacio in 1986, a Division I national finalist. Like, like this, he was just insane. Like, to be able to be in the Division I national finals, like, hopefully Jacory does it, because I'm 99.9% sure he will. The dude's a stud, but like we have a really rich history, and like I know like I'm not gonna be like the last state champ from Long Beach. Hopefully, hope not, because that would not be a happy story. But like I can't wait to see like the next kids that become like state champs, because those kids are gonna be studs, and so are the kids after them.
Yeah.
I like deviated from the original like question, but sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, do you think you're gonna contribute to that? Like, has Jacory come back? Has Palacio come back? Dylan?
Oh yeah, they like pop into the room on occasion. Like for example, Jacory, when was it? It was last year. He came back for practice, and then it was like, Jerry, I want to wrestle with you. I was like, me? He was like, yeah. Oh man, that was I remember doing like a front flip. He got me on like a claw and like flipped me over. I was like, oh, this is what Division I wrestling's like. Dude's he's so good.
Yeah.
And then Palacio pops in on a kid. Well, we have the older Palacio always in the room. Like we always have Dylan's dad in the room. Like he's our assistant coach. So we got him, and then Dylan will pop in the room on occasion and show us some funk, which helps us, or at least it helped me.
Yeah.
Passing the ankles, like how he did to what's his name? What's the name of the dude from Iowa? Kemmerer.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's the scoop.
Yeah, cool. Great stuff. Oh, you know what? One more question popped up into my head while you're talking about Jacory. He did an interview on Flow, and Mike Malinconico asked him, how does he like Arizona and all that? And
well, it's not that much different than New York City. That's why I like it.
Yeah.
And he said that the people in Arizona are the same kind of people from Long Island.
And Mike started laughing. And I started laughing too. I was bugging out. Like, you really think the people from Arizona are the same as Long Beach people?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I was up at college in Section 6, right? And I got to meet a lot of Section 5 and 6 people. And you know how they act. We're not going to get into that, but you know how they act. And I was warning them, like, look, beach and act like this. You're not going to go to the Bronx and act like this. So I'm surprised how Jacory really straight up said with a straight face, people from Arizona are the same as people from Long Beach. Like, I don't know if you've been to Arizona, but what do you think of that?
What do I think of it? Honestly, I've never been to Arizona. Like,
yeah.
I wish I could. Definitely seems lit.
Yeah, but do you think like people from the West Coast could be similar to people from Long Beach? Like how?
No, I feel like the people that live in like Arizona. Well, yeah, I feel like the people that live in like Arizona and California, like definitely not like the people in like Washington State. Like I don't think they're like the same type of people. Like,
I see.
Like that's what I think.
Yeah, and again, there's probably something wrong with the question that Mike asked, because people that don't live in Long Island or New York City, they don't understand that you can literally have two very right next to each other.
Oh yeah.
And I know you know what I mean when I say that. So it's like, are the people in Long Beach the same? Well, what part of Long Beach? Because I know there's good parts and there's different. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like Long Beach isn't one specific, like, there's like different areas.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like like everywhere you go you're gonna see like the same person. It's like
Yeah, like
you gotta like a variety. You know what I mean?
yeah, like Manhattan State. They asked me about Manhattan stuff. I'm like, there's more than just Times Square, right?
Yeah, it's like
There's
dude, like,
there's yeah.
yeah, it's like believe it or not, there's not just one type of person here. Like we got
Yeah.
everything, bro. Whatever you want, we got it. It's like candy store. You know what I mean?
Exactly. There's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really great that Ja'Cory comes in time to time. It's great Dylan comes in from time to time, and it's great that you're still wrestling college and all that. But what do you think is the plan though? Like, are you gonna try to wrestle freestyle or Greco in between the college seasons, or are you just gonna do 4 years there and then you're done?
I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to make a Puerto Rican world team. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm not even gonna cap. Like,
another question popped up, but finish what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, my goal. All right. So everyone's goal. Typical. I want to be a 4-time national champ, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the goal. Like that's like. I'm telling you, it's like the typical answers. Like everyone's like, oh yeah, I want to be a 4-time national champ. I want to go undefeated. I want to be like Cael Sanderson, 159 now. But I still want to do that. Still want to do that. That's the dream. That's the goal. But I also want to make that Puerto Rican national team. I want to be on a team with Seabass.
Well, world team.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Well, world team, right?
What happened?
Well, you want to make the world team. You don't just want to make the national team.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like,
I'm like the world team.
Yeah, but I've heard people like Thomas Gilman, for example, and some other people. They would say that if you're born in the United States and you're choosing to try out for the world or Olympic team in the country that, like, your ethnicity, right? Then they're saying that that's a cop out, because if you're born in the United States, you should try and wrestle for the United States and things like that. And an example is Stefan Meek. He was born here, but he's wrestling for Serbia and stuff. So he's already a multiple-time Olympian, I think, and made the world team easily just because, the competition in Serbia is it is in the United States, because we know who we have here: Kyle Dake, Jordan Burroughs, David Taylor, etc. Yeah. So it's like Seabass deciding to go wrestle for the Puerto Rican world team. Like, they're not. I know you want to make the world team, an Olympic team, and that's probably your best shot to do it, because the United States is usually really tough. But I mean, it's this where you're living your life at. I mean, it would be kind of cool to see you grind it out and beat some top guys and whatever team. Like, that's what people are saying.
Yeah, so I see where you're coming from, right? But what am I gonna say? So Puerto Rico.
I mean, look, it's not my opinion. It's just like what other people are saying, like Thomas Gilman.
Yeah, Thomas Gilman's a great wrestler, right? For example.
Yeah.
But like, Stefan Mitric has the #1 seed in the Olympics. So, like, he's got a lot of points. So I guess he must be doing something right, you know? Like, to get the number 1 seed at the Olympics, like, they just don't, give that thing away. They're not just like, yeah, here. Just like, you gotta go through all the placement rounds and all the placement tournaments, like the Poland.
Yeah, but
What happened?
America.
No, but I mean, like,
Plus,
yeah, no, but I mean, like, Puerto Rico's a part of the U.S. It's a U.S. territory. So, like,
it is. Now. No, it is. It's a Commonwealth, yeah. But it's still another country, so it's still separate. But I want to like ask if you know who's the United States representative in Stefan Micic's weight class.
Thomas Gilman.
Oh wow, I actually forgot that. Okay, so do you think that head to head, if it's Thomas Gilman and Stefan Micic in the United States Olympic trials finals,
Thomas Gilman head to head.
Oh, it's a tough one. I don't know, to be honest, because Gilman loses to
Why? See
the
that?
guy from, yeah, like, he's like a wild card, and like he loses to the guy from Japan, but I feel like Stefan Micic would beat the guy from Japan, but I feel like Gilman would beat Stefan Micic, so I guess it kind of goes like full circle. But like,
also look at it like this.
I don't know, but I mean, I guess we'll have to see. Yeah.
Well, pretty much all of them.
On that team, so their conditioning is just going to be much better than their national wrestlers and
things like that. So, how it makes out with one of them. Right. It's going head to head. Yeah. What's up, Jerry?
Yeah, what's up?
It disconnected for some weird reason. It's pretty late at night. I guess maybe that affects the Wi-Fi or something. But we're all good now. So yeah, just get back to that whole world and Olympic team, wrestling for the ethnicity team instead of that. People have different opinions on that. I mean, but I'm thinking.
Like what?
In
the back of their minds, they know that
head to head, they may or may not be able to beat them in the trials. So I think they'd rather lose to whoever in the Olympics than lose to them in the trials and not make the team in the first place.
Yeah. But here's the thing, all the Russians do it. Like for example, Frank Chamizo. Frank Chamizo is an Italian. He's Cuban.
But there's a whole story around that.
I think there's a whole story about that. There's a whole story on who else? Half the guys are the Polish Olympic team.
Talk about that.
They're from Russia.
Oh.
They're from Russia. They're like cadet world champs in Russia. And like 20 years later, they get asylum in like Poland or like some random country. And then they're wrestling for their team.
Was Poland part of the USSR?
I have no clue. Maybe.
Oh, you don't remember from Silver? I was just training with a Russian earlier today in practice, so I kind of thought about that. Maybe I should probably ask, but I mean, there's connections in Europe that they have and stuff like that, and classifications of, like, for example, like today, the Russian I was training with, he's American and all that, but he's actually Ukrainian, but considers himself Russian. Like, a lot of them consider themselves Russian, even though they're technically not Russian. Like, if they actually do a DNA test, their origin's going to be from, like, Ukraine or wherever else. It's not going to be straight from Russian. So they call it Russian, but they're not. So it's like, but I think that might have something to do with it.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty confusing, but like that's how I see it. Like everyone, well,
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta beat the system. I don't know.
Yeah, but even
what happened?
But even Flo was kind of making fun of people that beat the system, like you said, because they would post like, "Oh, Seabass automatically qualified for the Olympic team." Yeah, but he's barely like breaking a sweat doing that. I mean, like if I were Flo, if I worked for them, if I wanted to like the higher ups there, I wouldn't be like putting that out there like that so that he could get attacked. Like he doesn't care, but I wouldn't have an open forum so that Seabass could get attacked. He's still good, a really good college wrestler. It's just he's making the choice to guarantee a spot on the Olympic team and stuff like that, which isn't bad. But and maybe it's just he just wants to say he's an Olympian. He doesn't want to have he doesn't want to have the disappointment of never being one. But I wouldn't put it out there for people to attack him and give their opinions and stuff because it's mostly negative.
Yeah, no, here's the thing though. You can be on the Olympic team for whatever country, I don't know, the country that doesn't exist anymore. Does, wait, I'll tell you right now. So like, let's say, for example, like you lived in, like, let's say, freaking Czechoslovakia, right? Which isn't a thing anymore. Damn, where was I going with this? Yo, I just completely blanked.
I know what you're saying. So, like, if you were born in a country that's no longer a country, like Mongolia, or is that still a country? But if you were like from over there, if you're from like Bangladesh before they separated.
Oh wait, no. Now I remember. Ready?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
this is what I was gonna say. I was gonna say you can make an Olympic team for, like, let's say, Czechoslovakia, right?
Yeah.
But you still have to qualify your weight for that country. So like you can make
How
the
do you do
Olympic
that?
team, but you still have to go through the tournament that qualify you for it. Like you have to, I think you have to either make the finals or win the tournament in order to do that. You know what I mean?
What tournament is that?
I think like you have to win Pan Am's. It's either for Worlds or something like that.
Yeah, no, they just did that. The United States Olympic team, they just did that.
Yeah, so like for example, I think they qualified those weights for like the World Championships.
Yep, because of the Pan Ams. Yeah. Okay. Oh, so it's not just a straight shot. Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that? Because look, they're not like okay, Michi one in the Olympics, number one seed. But like you said earlier about the seed thing, they don't really mean much. But because Jordan Burroughs, the returning Olympic gold medalist in 2016, got shut out, so it doesn't really matter much. But in terms of Seabass, is he going to be as good going into the tournament versus if he were to beat Thomas Gilman in the trials and make the United States World Team and get to train with the ITCs that are here? Would he be, would he be that good?
Well, I don't know where he's training, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, he's not training in the United States. Well, technically, but he's training in Puerto Rico. But if he were training at the RTCs here and stuff, I think he'd be much better than he probably is at this moment, in Tokyo, having trained in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. No, I see what you mean. Yo, wait, by any chance, can we continue this at like a later time?
Well, I guess we're pretty much done here. Really, we got everything covered.
All right, sounds good, Julius.
Thanks for coming on, Jerry.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me. Have a good night.
No problem. You too.